Hi, welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Gabriel. In this video, we shall be looking at paper 3 spreadsheet of Specimen Paper 2023. In the last video, I did the website authoring and it was quite interesting. So I'll be looking at the spreadsheet of this same question. Don't forget, this Specimen Paper is for questions beginning from 2023, and then the syllabus has been reviewed. So typically we expect the paper to last for 2 hours 15 minutes. That's it for spreadsheet and website authoring. So like I said, I'll be looking at the spreadsheet part of these questions. So let's go very quickly. You will need candidate source files, and then don't forget also, maybe in this new syllabus, the paper will be over 70. The total marks will be 70 on like 80. So we shall be duly informed. So these are the source files: spec disk, spec invoice, spec SSD, spec style 1, and spec web page. So task 1 is very simple. It is for us to create an evidence document. Create a new word process document. Make sure your name, center number, and candidate number appears on every page. Save this evidence document in your work area with the file name spec evidence followed by your candidate number, for example, spec evidence 9999. So I'm going to quickly get this done. So I'll open, okay, new document. So I have it according to the instruction, your name, candidate number, and center number. So I'll put that in the header as you have been doing. Name, center number. In my case, I'm going to put CN for my center number, and candidate number I'm going to put 0001. Okay, that is done. Then okay, then what's the next instruction? Let's see. Save this as spec evidence followed by your candidate number. So I'm going to save this as spec evidence, save as. I'm going to save it on my desktop where I have my work area. So I'm having it here. I create a new folder. I call it work area. Sorry for that. Let me rename it. Call it work area. Work area. So I'm saving in the work area. I call it spec evidence followed by my candidate number. My candidate number is 001 in my case. So I'm saving it as a Word document file. So I click save. So I have this. Then the next instruction, let's see. That is a spreadsheet part. That is task 3 spreadsheet. We are going to prepare an invoice using a spreadsheet for Tawara Digital Storage. This company makes and sells storage devices. All prices are in euros, which must be displayed to 2 decimal places. Take note of this. Make sure that you use efficient formulae. All prices are in euros. You take note of that, which must be displayed. Okay. So then, number 8, open and examine the file spec invoice and spec SSD. There are 2 files here, spec invoice and spec SSD. So I need to get this done very quickly. Let me go to my evidence document, to my source file folder. Okay, this is my source file folder. So the question says spec invoice. I should open it. This is open already. Then spec SSD. So I have this. Let me zoom it so that you can see it clearly. Okay, good. I have this, and then I have this. Good. So what's the next instruction? Let's see. The question says we should inspect. Inspecting or examining it is looking at the arrangement of data. So I can see this is like the title to, then I have product code, product number. Okay. I can see all these number of items, model, capacity, unit price. Don't forget we want to make invoice. Then the second file, we see the data here. So examining it is Are you checking how data is arranged? If you make use of lookup, what type of lookup will it be? So looking at this arrangement, since data is arranged vertically, that means I'm going to make use of VLOOKUP if there is any instruction for lookup. So you can see the way the data is arranged in the two files. So you can go back to work and see. Let's see what the next instruction. Save spec invoice as a spreadsheet with the file name invoice underscore your center number underscore candidate number, for example, in this manner. Then you merge cells A1 to F1. So it's going to look like this. So let's quickly get that done. We change it to invoice, spec invoice. So file, save as. I'll save it in that my folder that I call work area. Okay, invoice according to the name underscore center number underscore candidate number. Then also save it as a spreadsheet file. Saving as a spreadsheet file means that you're going to pick Excel workbook. So that's the file type you are going to save it in. Very important. Then I have this save. Okay, good. It has been saved like that. Let me see the next instruction. Okay, merge cells A1 to F1. Cells A1 to F1. You select it, then you come to merge. What type of merge are we supposed to do according to the instruction? Let's see. Okay, center. Then you realize that from this part, it is opened up like a thrice of this, thrice to So you're going to open it up so that you can get it thrice of this. So I'm going to have it this way. Okay, it's like thrice of this. Then if you look at the model given to you, you will see that this Tawara digital storage is middle aligned and center aligned. So I'm going to get that done. So I select it, look at center align, look at middle align. Then I'm going to increase the font size, so until I have something close to what they gave me in the question paper. So you can see that somehow close. Okay, good. What's the next instruction? Let's go. Place your name, center number, and candidate number left aligned in the footer. You see that your name, center number, left aligned in the footer. So to get this done is also very simple. So I go left align, insert, I go to text in the footer, go to footer, left align, your name, center number, candidate number, left align. I think that's the instruction. Then let's see the next instruction. Okay, for 1 mark, then place functions in cell C9 to E9 to look up the model. You're looking up the model, capacity, and unit price of each item using the what? The product code for the lookup value, and you make use of the external file. Remember, this external file also has been opened the other time. So we are going to do this one after the other. Perhaps I need to bring up my magnifier so that you can see this clearly. Okay, good. So let me reduce it a bit. Okay, in case I want to, you see. So place function C9 to E9 to look up. So I get this done. Okay, so you can click out of this footer before you see your data properly. Then you scroll up. So C9, where is C9? This is C9. Okay, from C9, this is where you're going from. So as the instruction says C9, so let me zoom it C9. So just come to the name box here, type C9, then it take you straight to C9. You can see that this is C9. So we want to use lookup according to the instruction. So let's see how we get that done. Okay, so we are in C9. Since we are making use of lookup function, so we start with equals VLOOKUP. Now the instruction has told us what to use as our lookup value. If we go back to the question, you see that the question says we should use the product code for the lookup value. You can see that the product code for the lookup value. So then we pick the product code as the lookup value. You understand? Then we bring comma. Then thereafter you go to okay, you can see that this is the product code. Then we go to the table array. Going to the table array, go to the other file that we have open. Our table array is this file. Okay, then you see we pick as our table array. We'll pick from here and we'll select it down. Okay, good. We have selected that. Then what we are returning first is what? Let's look at that file again so that we'll be sure. This thing is very simple. What's the first in scene line? The model. So it's the model. So we go back and see what's the position of the column that has the model. Let's see the position. Okay, the model is from what you have selected, that is 1 2 3 4. So the model is in what? Column 4. So we just continue and say comma 4 4, then comma, then we pick the range lookup, which is false, for exact match. So you pick false, then you close the bracket and press enter. You will see an error message of not available. Why are we having this? This is an error message. It does not mean the function or formula is not correct. It means that there is no any product code put in here. That's why we're having that. For example, if you look at the sample product code and see, let's pick one of the product codes that we may have, then you see that okay, product code SSD1. Let's try SSD1 so that we can use it to test it as we work. Many candidates have had issues because of SSD1. Okay, you can see the moment I put SSD1, you see something is generated here. So that's the reason why we add that NA. Many candidates have had issues with this in the past, and that's what I'm explaining here in this question. So we have done this. Let's go to the next instruction. The next instruction, let me remove this so that it can be fast. The next instruction is okay, we are doing that for model, capacity, and unit price. Model, we've just done model, so it remains capacity and unit price. Capacity and unit price. Let's see this. Capacity is in third column in this selection. Third column. Don't forget we did model fourth column. Capacity third column. Then unit price second column. So with this, it is going to be fast now. Okay, so let's go. I'm doing for capacity. Let me bring up the zoom. Capacity. So we do the same thing. Equals VLOOKUP. According to the instruction, our lookup value remains product kit. So table array, we go to the other file. You notice that the file has been opened before selection. So we select through, okay, we have selected that, then comma. Like we saw the other time, the column index number, that's the position of the what we want to return, which is capacity. So in this case, this is column 1 2 3. That is 3, as we have done the other time, 3. Then our range lookup will be false. False for exact match. Then we say okay. Okay, that is done. Also we have NA because I've removed the product code. Then we do the same thing for unit price again. Equals VLOOKUP. Okay, our lookup value remains the product code, comma. Then I go to the other file to pick my table array from this file. So I select from here. Okay, good. I've selected. Then the column index number for this, is very simple, which is the unit price, and we see it's in number 2. Okay, 2 comma false as the exact match. Then I have that, and I'm having NA. So we have done that. But let's see the question further. The question says that if, let me remove the zoom. Okay, we have done this. make sure that if no data is entered in the product code column, then nothing is displayed in cells C9 to E9. Again, if no data is entered in the product column, okay, then nothing is displayed. If you look at the one we have done, something is being displayed. As long as we don't have our product code here, we are having NA. So we want to make it that such that if product code is not displayed, nothing is displayed here. So since the instruction says if nothing is displayed, so we are going to make use of an if function. Let me bring up the Zoom. An if function. So that is simple. So when you combine two or more functions together, what you have is NA. So the first thing you do is that just double click inside this first one. When you have nothing here, you bring your cursor immediately after the equality sign, then you introduce an if. So you start with if, open bracket, yes, if, and you don't forget the syntax of if, open bracket, logical test, comma, value if true, comma, value if false. So it's very simple. So what's our logical test? If this cell equals empty, empty is you open quotation mark or speech marks, so to say, speech marks, okay. If it is empty, then return empty. You can see that. If not, return the function that gave us an answer the other time. You can see the way I followed it. If A9 equals empty, then return empty here. If not, that is, if value is false, if something is there, then return the answer, the function that gave us the answer the other time, which is the VLOOKUP. Then you close the bracket, and then you have that. You can see that as we have nothing here, nothing is displayed here. For example, if you want to test it with SSD1, you will realize that because something is here, something displayed here. But when nothing is here, if I remove what is here, nothing is being displayed here. So the same thing we are going to do to this. So if, open bracket, if A9, the product, equals nothing, nothing means you are using speech marks, then comma, return nothing, comma, that is if value is false, that is if something is there, then display the function that will generate something. So, and that's what we have there. So we have done that. Then we come to this again. For the unit price, we do the same thing. You bring your cursor here and you say if, open bracket, A9 equals nothing, comma, return nothing. If not, return what was there initially. And you see that we have that. Okay. Then you close the bracket and we are good to go. Okay, good. You have seen that nothing is being displayed. It does not mean formulas are not there or functions are not there. It means we have used another function, which is if, to make sure that nothing is being displayed if we did not put any product code. I think that makes sense. So let's go back to the question again. So let me go back to the question. Let me remove the zoom so that we can see it properly. So, and all that will give us 12 marks. You can see that. So place in cell F9 a formula to multiply the number of items by the unit price. A formula, okay, that will multiply the number of items by the unit price. So let's go. Number of items, where the question say we should put, okay, in F. Let me confirm the question again. Place in cell F9. So to do that, let me bring up the zoom so that we can see it properly. So we say equals, the question says formula that will give us number of item multiplied by the unit price for us to get the price. All right, so press this. Why are we having this error message of value? Because we have multiplied empty cell with empty cell. That's why we're having this. So no different kind of error messages that we can have. But let's see what the instruction says thereafter. Okay, the question says that Replicate the formula entered in steps 10 and 11 for rows 10 to 19. You understand? So make sure that if no data is entered, okay, sorry, before that, number 11, make sure that if no data is entered in the number of items column, then nothing is displayed. If no data is entered in the number of items, then nothing is displayed. Okay, good. Let's quickly do that. Another if, and don't forget, that is another if that we have to do carefully for 2 marks. If no data is entered in the number of items, then nothing is displayed. You could see from what we did initially that something was displayed here. You can see the error message value because nothing is being put in the number of items cell. So to do the same thing, we'll click inside here and use an if function. If number of items B9 equals nothing, speech might then return nothing. If not, return, if something is there, return B9 multiplied by A9. So you close the brackets just like we did the other time. So you can see that nothing is being displayed. It does not mean no function is there. You can see the function of formula. So but because we have used an if statement to return nothing if nothing is put in number of items. So let's look at the next instruction. The next instruction is very simple. So replicate the formulae entered in steps 10 and 11 for rows 10 to 19. So we have to replicate now. So let me do that very quickly. Let me remove this. Okay, I want to replicate. Let me zoom this very well. Okay, so that you can see the way I will replicate. This is very simple, just getting the work done one after the other. So what we did in this step, so we replicate from C9. Okay, according to the instruction, we are replicating C9 to where? Sorry, let me check the question. From C9 to 19 to 19. Row 19, you can see that. Okay, we have done that. So then we come to this again and get it done for the other columns. We'll do it for capacity, or I can even select everything like this instead of having to do it one after the other. Then I just replicate here. Okay, to 19. Good. So if you click in each of these cells, you will see function. Okay, good. You can see that means that is properly done. But I think it remains one thing that I need to do. Don't forget, from the opening instruction, we're told that price will be given in what? In all prices are in euros, which must display to 2 decimal places. So we need to format that particular cell or those cells containing prices. So I'm going to get that done now. So we have done this. Okay, place in cell F21. Okay, before that, okay, let me do that. 13, place in cell F21 a function to calculate the total of the price column. Total of the price column. They didn't tell us the particular function, but if you have understood the question, since you are doing preparing an invoice, you know that you are going to sum it there. Okay, let's see. F21. Okay, let's look at F21. F21 will be just like the same way I did it the other time. You can do F21. F21 will be, just come here and type F21. I will take you straight. You can see F21. That means you are adding, and don't forget this is where we stopped the other time. We stopped at F19. So that means we are going to add from here. Let me come back to normal spreadsheet view. Okay. So that means you are adding all this together. So we come to F21 and use equals sum. So that means to have the price from here down down to what? Sorry, down to what? That will be equal sum from here down to 19. Okay, F19. So we have that. Okay, what's the next instruction? Let's see. The next instruction is apply appropriate formatting to all cells in rows 9 to 21 for 1 marks. Okay, apply appropriate formatting. Okay, getting this done is very simple. So I click here. I can reduce this so that you see what I'm doing. Okay, so number of items, model, capacity, unit price. So the unit price, I'm going to format it to be euros. The unit price 19 to be euros. So I come here and pick euros. You see that to 2 decimal places. I'm going to increase the 2 decimal places, and I'll do the same thing here. I'll make it euros, 2 decimal places. Okay, good. I have that. So what else? Let's see the instruction. The next instruction is simple. Print your spreadsheet showing the formulae. Make sure it is in landscape orientation. The row and column headings are displayed. Grid lines are displayed. The content of all cells are fully visible. So look at all these for 2 marks. What we are printing is the formulae, all the formulae used in this question. So let's see. Okay, to display all the formulae, you go to the formulas menu, then you come to show formula. You can see this show formula. Then when you click it, all the formula you have used will be displayed. You can see that, but it is not proper for you to print this way. If you do, you are going to lose a lot of marks because some parts of the formula or functions are hidden. So you can't, the examiner cannot assume for you. So you have to open it up. So the first thing you do is come to page layout as the instruction has asked you. You print in landscape, first thing first. Then make sure you do the auto fit content. Double tap this grid line such that the content will fit automatically. Double tap this, double tap this, double tap this grid line. Okay, good. Double tap this. Okay, you can see that all is properly displayed. Then one more thing, if you look at the model given to you on paper, okay, you see the way it is displayed. Okay, so you see the way it is displayed. Then you come back and do this. They said landscape, we have done that. Row and column headings, you have done this. Row and column headings are displayed. Grid lines are displayed. The content of all cells are fully displayed. Okay, for us to do this is very simple. Very simple. All right, for us to show the row and column headings to display, so green lines are displayed. The content of all cells are fully visible. So we just come here. Okay, row and column heading. If you are on page layout, you can come to print titles. You see this print titles. Then okay, let me use the zoom so that you see it clearly. Okay, good. Just come to, if you're on page layout, come to print titles. From print titles, come to sheet, and from here click on row and column headings. Okay, good. Then you can also pick the grid lines if you want to, as the instruction has said, but I may prefer to use another method. You can see that. Then you come here to do, okay, preview. Look at the way it looks. Okay, you can see the row and column headings. These are the column headings, these are the row heading. So for me, the next thing is to make sure that it displays the grid lines. So I'll go back and select such that it will display the grid lines. So let me remove it from grid lines. Then I'll select from here the grid lines. Okay, good. Then I'll come to home tab. Then I come to border lines. I say all borders. You can see this. Then let me go to print preview. Let's see again. Print. preview. You can see this. You see, okay, I will select my paper size to be A4. All right, good. Let me see the way it's being displayed. Okay, good. Nothing is hidden, so I can also adjust the scaling to margin to narrow margin. Let me see whether with this it's going to be all right. You can see that. Okay, good. All right, with this I am good. Then after this, you go ahead to print. Don't forget, you have been asked to put your name, and that is what you have here. Let me open up this. Sorry. Okay, so that you can see it clearly. Okay, you can see the footer. You have the footer. Okay, this is page 1 of what you're doing. This page 2, nothing is hidden. Page 2, you can see that every formula and function is fully displayed. Then we have this, the last page. You can see that, okay, nothing is hidden whatsoever. So with this, I'm good to go. Now, what's the next instruction? The next instruction is number 16. Enter the address as shown and formatted, and as shown and formatted like this. So to do this, you can see to Tawara Technology Solutions, 33 Acacia Avenue, Tawara 45673. So all of this I'm going to get done, all of this. So let's get it done very quickly. Tawara Technology. So don't forget, we have printed this. That's the instruction. That's the question, that we should print formula and print. So you click on print, then it comes out from the printer. But now the next thing is to work on the Tawara Technologies according to the instruction. Tawara Technologies. What else? Let me see. Technology Solutions. Technology Solutions. Then the next line, the instruction says 32 Acacia Avenue. 32 Acacia Avenue. What's the next instruction? Let me see. Tawara, and the last one is the number 45673, I guess. 45673. Okay, good. Enter this. So the next is for us to enter this, which is the product code and the number of items. So for row 9, SSD 18, and row 10, SSD 34. SSD 18 and SSD 34 for row 9. SSD, okay, SSD 18 and SSD 34. Then what's the next thing? Number of items 1 and 10. 1, 10. Okay, good. Now look at this. Look at this. So we have done this. We have done this. Look at this. Look at this. You realize that after we have done this, what we did was showing the formulae. So now we want to show the values. We want to show the values. So save your spreadsheet, print the entire spreadsheet showing the values. Okay, showing the values is values we want to show now. So, and that's why we have entered some data. So the first thing I do is that I come to formulas bar, I remove it from show formula so that I can show values. You can see that showing value. So the same thing you did when you wanted to print, you are going to click on auto fit content so that nothing will be hidden. Okay, good. Nothing will be hidden. Nothing will be hidden. Good. So this is what we have here. Okay, so look at this. Now that we have entered this, you have some values here: the model, the capacity, the unit price, and the price, the actual price. Then look at the, okay, good. Look at the total price because it has been formatted to euros, to 2 decimal places, but this is not showing 2 decimal places. So that means I might need to do that again, 2 decimal places. So I could do it here and reduce the decimal places, 2 decimal places. Okay, good. I do the same thing here, reduce 2 decimal places. So we have this very intact. So then what's the next thing? Let me differentiate this so that you will show that that is the, okay. What's the next instruction? The next instruction, make sure the printout fit on a single page. Content of all cells are fully visible. Grid lines are not displayed. Row and column headings are not displayed. This is for 2 marks. Print out on a single page. Okay, print on all content of all cells are fully visible. Grid lines are not displayed. Row and column headings are not displayed. The same way, when we wanted to display the row and column headings, we went to page layout, print titles. So we are going to come here again under sheet tab, we remove it from row and column headings. So then let's look at the print preview. Okay, this is the print preview. Okay, is this showing? Let me remove the zoom. Okay, the question says it should print on 1 page. You can see that we have it on 1 page. Let me try to change the orientation to portrait, whether portrait will, contain it. You can see that row and column head not display, and the instruction says we should remove the grid lines. So I'm going to remove the grid lines. Select, come to home and remove the grid lines, no border. So I have this. Okay, let me save. Okay, good. I have this. So let's look at it the way the final file looks. So what's the last instruction? Let's see. So grid lines are not displayed, row and column edges are not displayed, content of all cells are fully visible, print out fit on a single page. All of this we have done, and then for 2 marks, and so the total mark is 26, and that's what we have just done very simply. Following instruction really matters. So having done this, you can go back to file, print preview, look at the way the file looks. Okay, if you have done everything the question says you should do, then you are good. And you can see that number of items is 1. You can see it, and that's what we have here, number of items, and then we are good to go. Then the next thing is to print, and that is how we have come to the end of this question. So you can see that the specimen paper 3 for 2023 exam is very simple if you can follow instruction, and that's what we have just done right now. So the next thing is for us to print the evidence document. All the evidences that we have taken, we print it. Some students normally make a mistake. They leave their evidence document not printed, and they will lose some marks. So having done this, we have come to the end of the paper. So thank you for watching. I will want you to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and then share it with some other people. I want to believe that looking at all the videos we are doing at this time is going to help you to do well in the examination. I wish you all the best. Bye for now.